A very good evening and a very warm welcome to Biz RoundUp on another weekend. I am Savindri Jaya. Let's look at the top stories for the day. Asian Development Bank approves a $400 million loan to support Sri Lanka in transforming its secondary education system. Construction work of the Phase 5 of the Jaya container terminal of Sri Lanka Ports Authority commences. Restrictions on outflow of foreign exchange extended. News in detail. The Asian Development Bank has approved a $400 million loan to support Sri Lanka in transforming its secondary education system, benefiting more than 900,000 students and training more than 47,000 teachers.
Accordingly, the Asian Development Bank issuing a statement says that the secondary education sector improvement program will support reforms under the government's General Education Sector Development Plan 2020-2025, particularly on upper secondary education. The program will benefit about 953,000 students annually with skills that will benefit successive generations of students. The program will equip the young population with knowledge and skills in science, technology, engineering and mathematics and commerce, which are fields of high economic relevance for Sri Lanka. To achieve this, the program will reform the curricula, instruction and assessment systems to focus on practical application of knowledge and integrate cognitive and socio-emotional skills. The program also focuses on improving teaching quality and teacher-trainer given the importance of quality of teaching and method of instruction on learning. Furthermore, under this program, more than 47,000 upper secondary education teachers will be trained on inquiry-based and interactive learning approaches.
The government has extended the time period to limit the outflow of foreign exchange from the country by 6 more months from 1st of January 2021. The cabinet approval for this decision was given last Monday when the country heralded its very first virtual cabinet meeting. Cabinet spokesman, Media Minister Keheliya Rambukwalla, told that it was agreed to extend the time period for imposing regulations for limitation of capital transactions causing flow of foreign exchange out of the country. Its valid period was scheduled to be ended from 1st of January 2021 and it is extended from another 6 months. Moreover, it has been decided to extend the time of the committee appointed for submission of recommendations formalizing the state bank system for another 3 months, commencing from 18 November 2020, as the role of the committee could not be concluded as expected due to the situation prevailing in the country at present. On the other hand, approval was granted by the Cabinet of Ministers for proposal tabled by the Prime Minister as the Minister of Finance, Mahinda Rajapaksa, to appoint a committee to investigate the irregularities in the Grand Hyatt project. The Grand Hyatt Hotel project implemented by the Sri Lanka Private Limited was scheduled to open in the first quarter of 2016, afterwards the completion of construction. Provided that most of the agreements signed by the previous government were terminated by the new board of directors of the Sri Lanka Private Limited and that it has been entered into agreements with new contractors, some companies have initiated legal proceedings and it has been decided that the Sri Lanka Private Limited shall pay nearly a sum of 1.8 billion as compensation. The current cost of the project, which was originally planned to be completed at an estimated cost of 30 billion rupees, is re-estimated to be around 60 billion rupees. Media Minister Keheliya Rambukwalla says that the government will not take any loan for any project in the future considering the heavy loans the country has to pay. Addressing the cabinet press briefing last Tuesday, he explained in detail how the government would fund the projects in the future.
අපි තීන්දුවක් අරගෙන තියෙනවා කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලය සහ රජය අපි මීට පසුව ණය ලබා ගන්නේ නැහැ කිසිම ව්‍යාපෘතියකට ඒ වෙනුවට අපි කියනවා BOT කියලා එහෙම නැත්නම් built operation and transfer කියන්නේ එය නිර්මාණය කරලා නිෂ්පාදනය නිර්මාණය කරලා එය ක්‍රියාත්මක කරලා ඒ එක්ක නැවත වරක් රජයට බාර දීම එහෙම නැත්නම් BOO කියන බූ කියලා කියන කියන්නේ නිර්මාණය කරලා එය ක්‍රියාත්මක කරලා ඒක අයිති වෙන විදිහට ඒගාව ක්‍රමය තමයි ට්‍රිපල් P අපි කියනවා public private partnership ව්‍යවසායකයන් සහ රජය අතරේ එකඟතාවයක් එක්ක කටයුතු කිරීම සහ විදේශ ආයෝජනයන් 2015 අපි ආණ්ඩුව බාර දෙනකොට අපේ දළදේශීය නිෂ්පාදනයෙන් අපේ ණයබර තිබ්බේ ට්‍රිලියන 7.43යි ඒ තත්ත්වය වෙනස් වුණා පහුගිය යහපාලන කාලයේදී තව ට්‍රිලියන 5 මාරකට ප්‍රමාණයක් අරගෙන අපේ තිබ්බ ණයබර 187 යනකම් වැඩි වුණා වර්තමාන අයවැයේදී ඒ 192 වෙනකම් ගිහිල්ලා තිබෙනවා ඒ නිසා තවදුරටත් අපි ණය ලබා ගත්තොත් ඒ ණය අපේ දළදේශීය නිෂ්පාදනය ඉක්මවා යන එහෙම අවස්ථාවන් තිබ්බක් තියෙනවා ඒ වගේම තමයි දේශීය නිෂ්පාදනයන් ශක්තිමත් කරන්නට යම්කිසි භාණ්ඩයක් හෝ අමුද්‍රව්‍යයක් පිටරටින් ගෙනෙනවා නම් ඒ දේශීය භාණ්ඩය නිර්මාණය කිරීමට එහි තියෙන සෙස්බද්ද යොදන්නේ නැහැ. නමුත් තරඟකාරීත්වයක් ඇති වෙන තැනකට આવත් උදාහරණයක් ගත්තොත් ලොකු ලුණු ගත්තොත් අපි මේ රටේ නිෂ්පාදනය කරන අස්වැන්න ලැබෙන කාලයට පිටරටින් ගේන්න දෙනවා නම් ඒ හා සමානව බද්දක් ඇතුල් කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. මොකද ඒකට අපි දේශීය ගොවියන් ආරක්ෂා කිරීම
Phase 5 of the Jaya container terminal of Sri Lanka Ports Authority was commenced last Wednesday as the Cabinet of Ministers have approved the extension of the terminal. Phase 5 of the Jaya container terminal, which commenced last Wednesday, is scheduled to be completed by the month of July in 2022. The construction of the Phase 5 of the Jaya Container Terminal, which is mostly known as JCT of Sri Lanka Ports Authority, commenced and it has been planned to complete it in a period of 18 months. The total value of this project is $32 million and the consultancy for the project is provided by the Contract and Planning Engineer Division of the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. The construction company for the project is China Harbour Engineering Company Limited. The construction of Phase 5 of the JCT will add a number of advantages to operations of Ports Authority and the Port of Colombo. The length of the Phase 5 of the terminal will avoid obstacles at the edge JCT Phase 4 when providing anchorage facilities for ships currently with 366 meters in length. Accordingly, the additional length of 120 meters that would be added by the construction of Phase 5 of the terminal will result in an efficient and effective operation of vessels at the JCT. With the completion of constructions, a new yard area of 40,000 square meters will also be added to the JCT. Speaking at the occasion, Minister of Ports and Shipping Rohit Abegunawardena said that JCT expansion project was initiated by the previous government, but it was his responsibility to act and implement as the minister in charge despite criticizing such work. Stay tuned for more news right after this break. Extended the validity period to open special deposit accounts and permission to retain funds held in such accounts in Sri Lanka up to 7th April next year.
The government of Sri Lanka introduced the special deposit accounts on 8th April 2020 to seek assistance for the national effort to overcome the effects of COVID-19 outbreak in the country. Accordingly, as at 7th October 2020, total deposits in SDAs amounted to approximately $272 million. Considering the potential of SDAs to attract a substantial amount of foreign exchange into the country, government has decided to extend the validity period of opening SDAs up to 7th April 2021 on recommendation of the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. In addition, considering the favourable effects of retaining such foreign exchange within the country, government has allowed SDA holders who wish to keep maturity proceeds of SDAs in Sri Lanka beyond the designated date of maturity to renew and continue SDAs as normal deposits with authorised dealers. The funds held in SDAs continued as normal deposits are thus eligible only for the interest rates offered by the authorized dealers for normal term deposits of the respective banks, and upon maturity such funds can be freely convertible and repatriable outside Sri Lanka on any future date and can be transferred into an inward investment account or a personal foreign currency account if the account holder is eligible to open or currently maintains such an account.
Colombo Dockyard shipbuilding industry, which is one of the most competitive shipyards in South Asia, secured a contract to build a cable laying and repair vessel to Orange Marine, France. In the year 2019, Colombo Dockyard successfully built and delivered a 113 meters cable laying vessel to Japan, and with this new contract, it is carved out of a name for itself as a reputed and trustworthy shipbuilder for cable laying and repair vessel in the world.
The proposed vessel is a modern high-technology vessel which is specially designed and equipped for subsea cable lay and repair operation duties with a high focus on good seakeeping qualities, excellent station keeping performance and low fuel consumption. The vessel's primary activities shall be to carry out cable operations including laying, repair and rove inspection. The vessel is able to mobilize power cable lay spread to perform subsea inter-array cable laying. The vessel is 100 meters in length with a beam of 18.8 meters and a depth of 7.15 meters and shall have a dead weight capacity of 1,800 deadweight. Orange Marine, which is a French company specializing in the field of submarine telecommunications, represents 15% of the world fleet. The vessel can achieve an impressive speed of 14.5 knots and has accommodation facilities for 76 persons. The vessel has 3 cable tanks to carry fiber optic and power cables. One of the 3 tanks is fitted with a carousel. This is the second successive entry by Colombo Dockyard into the prestigious European market in the recent times and is well set to establish Colombo as a preferred shipbuilding destination for European shipping owners. The innovative eco-friendly design, quality of workmanship, the CDPLC's proven capability and previous experience gave Colombo Dockyard the competitive edge over international competition to secure this project.
State Minister of Finance and Capital Markets and Public Enterprise Reforms Ajit Niwat Cabral states that in order to improve the doing business indicators of the country, a special unit under his ministry will be set up to monitor whether the developments in the country go in line with processes to be improved. He made these observations in response to a series of questions posed by the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa in Parliament last Wednesday.
ජාත්‍යන්තර ණය ශ්‍රේණිගත කිරීමේ ප්‍රධානතම ආයතන තුනෙන් එකක් වන ෆිච් ණය ශ්‍රේණිගත කිරීමේ ආයතනය ෆිච් රේටින්ග්ස් ඒජන්සි විසින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ දිගුකාලීන විදේශ විනිමය ණය නිකුත් කිරීමට අදාළ පුරෝකථනය long term foreign currency issuer default rating B ඍණ කාණ්ඩයේ සිට C3ක් triple C කාණ්ඩය දක්වා පහත දමා තිබෙනවා. පසුගිය සැප්තැම්බර් මාසයේදී Moody's ආයතනයද ණය ශ්‍රේණිගත කිරීම වලින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාව පහත දැමූ අතර රජයේ විශ්වාසනීය ක්‍රියාමාර්ග නොගතහොත් අනෙක් ප්‍රමුඛ පෙළේ ආයතනය වන ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් ඇන්ඩ් පුවර් ආයතනයද සිය ශ්‍රේණිගත කිරීම වලින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාව පහත දැමීම වැළැක්විය නොහැකියි. ගරු කතානායකතුමනි, රජය විසින් ඉදිරිපත් කළ අයවැය මගින් මූල්‍ය ඒකාග්‍රතාවය ෆිස්කල් කොන්සොලිඩේෂන් ඇති කිරීමේ උපාය මාර්ගයක් රාජ්‍ය ආදායම් දියුණු කිරීමේ ක්‍රම සහ විශ්වාසනීය ණය කළමනාකරණ ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට අපොහොසත් වීම ෆිච් ආයතනයේ මෙම ක්‍රියාමාර්ගයට හේතු ලෙස සඳහන් කර තිබෙනවා. මෙසේ ශ්‍රේණිගත කිරීම පහත හෙළීම ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරන මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශය ෆිච් ආයතනයේ ඇස්තමේන්තු වැරදි බවටත් රජයේ ආර්ථික ප්‍රතිපත්ති හඳුනා නොගෙන නිසි විශ්ලේෂණයකින් තොරව කරන ලද පුරෝකථනයක් ලෙස මෙය හඳුන්වනවා. සියලු විදේශ ණය ගෙවීමට හැකියාව ඇති බවත් ඉදිරි වසර 5 තුළ ආර්ථික ස්ථාවර භාවයට පත් කරන බවත් රජය විසින් ප්‍රකාශ කළද සිය ආර්ථික වැඩපිළිවෙල නිශ්චිතව හෙළිදරව් කිරීමට රජය මෙතෙක් සමත් වෙලා නැහැ. ආර්ථික වර්ධනයේ රාජ්‍ය වියදම් සහ අයවැය හිඟේ ඇතුළු මූල්‍ය තත්ත්ව වාර්තාකරණයේදී රජය විසින් පරස්පර සංඛ්‍යාන සහ පුරෝකථන ඉදිරිපත් කර තිබුණා. ෆිච් ආයතනය සහ මූඩි ආයතනයේ සිය වාර්තා වලින් පෙන්වා දෙන්නේද එම වාර්තා සහ පුරෝකථනවල විශ්වාසනීයත්වයක් නොමැති බවත් ඔවුන්ගේ ස්වාධීන ඇස්තමේන්තු අනුව මෙරට ආර්ථිකයේ පහළට යොමු වූ දිශානතියක් තිබෙන බවයි. ඩවුන්වර්ඩ් ට්‍රෙන්ඩ් එකක්. සත්‍ය තත්ත්වය රට හමුවේ හෙළි නොකර සිය අසමත් භාවය වසා ගැනීමට රජය විසින් ජාතික සංඛ්‍යාන දත්ත විකෘති කරමින් සිටින බව පිළිගන්නේද? එම විකෘති කිරීම නිවැරදි කිරීමට රජය විසින් ගන්න ලබන ක්‍රියාමාර්ග කවරේද? එසේ නොපිළිගන්නේ නම් අසත්‍ය කරුණු සිය වාර්තා මගින් ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා යයි රජය විසින් චෝදනා කරනු ලබන ජාත්‍යන්තර ආයතනවලට එරෙහිව ගනු ලබන ක්‍රියාමාර්ග කවරේද? ඉදිරියේදී වැඩි වශයෙන් ඍජු ආයෝජන foreign direct investments ආකර්ෂණය කිරීම පිළිබඳ මුදල් අමාත්‍යංශයේ විශ්වාසය පළ කර තිබෙනවා. නමුත් විදේශ ආයෝජකින් සිය ආයෝජන සඳහා රටවල් තෝරා ගැනීමේදී මූලිකවම ෆිච්, මූඩීස් සහ ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් ඇන්ඩ් පුවර් ආයතනවල ශ්‍රේණිගත කිරීම සහ ව්‍යාපාර පවත්වාගෙන යෑමේ දර්ශකය Doing Business Index සලකා බලනු ලබන අතර උද්ගත වී ඇති තත්ත්වය හමුවේ විදේශ ආයෝජකින්ද මෙරටට ආකර්ෂණ වේ යයි බලාපොරොත්තු විය නොහැකියි. රජයේ ඉදිරි වසර සඳහා ඍජු විදේශ ආයෝජන කොපමණ බලාපොරොත්තු වේද?
In the meantime, State Minister for Finance and Capital Markets and Public Enterprise Reforms, Ajit Niwad Cabral, responded to the questions posed by the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa.
In my view, and in the view of the government, it is surprising to note that Fitch Ratings assessment has ignored several key proposals presented in the government budget 2021 with regard to deficit financing in the period ahead. We have set out various ways in which the deficit is to be financed, but obviously they have ignored it, and so has the Honourable Leader of the Opposition. As indicated in the budget 2021, the government has adopted a novel approach in relation to foreign financing while enhancing the effectiveness of already secured financing channels aimed at reducing the share of foreign financing in the budget deficit over the medium term. In 2014, Honourable Speaker, the total debt, if you break it down into foreign debt and local debt, it was 40% was foreign debt and the local debt was 60%. But by 2019, as a result of the various measures taken by the previous government, that ratio had gone up to 50% was foreign debt and 50% was local debt. So we inherited a hugely skewed situation with regard to foreign debt, and that was of their making, but we'll have to deal with it. Yet Fitch Ratings builds up an argument based on the existing financial model, thus adopting a backward-looking approach. We are looking forward, they are looking backwards. You spoke about the foreign direct investments as well. Foreign direct investments, which slowed in the first half of the year, appear promising in the period ahead, particularly with the expected inflows to the Colombo Port City project and the new manufacturing projects in industrial zones, including Hambantota. Just a few days ago, we saw a massive $300 million project being signed in Hambantota to build tires, and we have already been assured by the Port City developers that $1 billion infusion of new capital will come into the Port City development in the next year. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition spoke about the need to improve our doing business indicators. Under my ministry, we are setting up a special unit in order to see that the developments in the country are also involving the processes to be improved so that the doing business indicators would also improve.
Now, a subject expert at First Capital Holdings will bring you a detailed analysis of stock performances for the past 5 days.
The overall market has been on an upsurge during the current week and the last week as well, but that upsurge has been accelerating during this week, and the market reached a 12-month high, surpassing the 6,300 mark as well. So this is a significant achievement as the market participants are more on a bullish trend at the moment. We are seeing a lot of retail activity. Turnover levels are also accelerating throughout the week. So this week we have seen turnover levels exceeding 2 billion rupees on a consistent basis, and on the last couple of days we are seeing turnover levels in the lights of 3 billion rupees. So this is a very positive sign where we are seeing more and more retail participation coming into the market. Even the institutional and high net worth participation has been very high in the current week. We've seen a bit of a slowdown in some of the retail favorite counters, and we are sort of seeing a shift into the blue chip counter. So this has been very active.
However, Head of Research of First Capital, Dimantha Matthew, added that there would be a slowdown in market in the coming weeks with the forthcoming festive season. He also added that investors should look for blue chip counters and especially banking sector and capital goods counters in those.
Looking at the upcoming week, we feel that there could be a bit of a slowdown in the market with the festive season around the corner, and also the market has been up for around 9 consecutive days. And with that, we feel that there could be some profit taking and shift in the shareholders. So with that, we feel that the investor community may take profit in certain selected counters. So with that, the overall slowdown could materialize in the market. However, investors should look out for blue chip counters because that's where the shift is going to be. And in that also, we feel that the banking sector counters and the capital goods counters are the ones that the investors should be looking out for.
With that, we'll be winding up for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at 7:45 p.m. Until then, take care and good night.